So moving on. For TV writers specifically, you want to look at things like the Warner Brothers Workshop. You want to look at their winning script. You want to look at the Sundance Screenwriters Lab, which is one that's a really strong lab to look at, but at the same time, every competition and every fellowship generally have their biases. But having said that, generally the cream still rises to the top. That's been my experience. I've read for several competitions, and I can tell you that that's generally the case, especially if it's one of the ones I'm listing. Film Independent Lab winners, you want to look at those. You want to find out what they have in common, genre, etc. Now, next thing you want to do is enter your script into one or two of the contests you feel it fits. You don't want to go overboard because these competitions and these fellowships are not exactly cheap. The prices vary. I think I've never really entered them. But from what I've seen and from what some of my clients tell me, the ones that have entered them, they could be anywhere from like, I don't know, $45 and up. I think the most I've seen is like 60 or 70 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. Again, keep in mind, so now you're spending money on coverage, which is anywhere from 50 to 100 and something bucks, 150, and you're spending money in contests. So, most people that are starting out can't necessarily keep throwing money out there. So you have to be very selective on what you spend it on. You definitely have to strongly consider at least doing these things. Now you can start on your next script. Now that you've entered your script into one or two of the contests, you're ready to go on to the next script. Notice how much work it led to, how much work it took, but that's okay. If you love what you're doing, this is going to test you. This is going to test you more than anything if you really are cut out for this. I think this is going to test you, and this is going to really give you a good idea, but you might not know right away if, hey, you want to continue writing screenplays. Or even sometimes you start out writing in one area and realize, hey, you're supposed to write in another area. You're better at writing in another area. So then you switch to TV or you switch backwards. It just depends, and it depends on what you're looking for. I should say generally, TV is more of a steady paycheck, to be honest with you. But again, you got to do what you think fits you, basically. So you start on your next script. After you start your next script, guess what? Everything that we've talked about so far, repeat it. Everything that we've talked about from the beginning of this presentation. So anyway, so let's go on. Many writers do not approach agents and managers. Oops, let me just check here. Okay, thought I missed something. Many writers do not actually approach agents and managers correctly.